Good evening all. Welcome along to Zwift running. Hope you're all well. So what are we doing today? Today we are doing this. This is one of the workouts available on Zwift. If you log into Zwift and you log into your Zwift account and you type the letter E on your keyboard, you will be presented with this option. It is the workouts option in Zwift. And you can see there the dates next to all those workouts. Those are the dates that I last did those workouts. So the one that I've done furthest to go was up and down 3 hard. Yeah, exactly. So, although it doesn't look too bad actually, a bit of a warm-up. And then we get to that little yellow section there, you see, which is a bit of speed. And then we drop down for a kind of steady pace. And then we have an interval break, or kind of recovery section. And then that next yellow section, we get a bit faster, a bit harder. And then we have another recovery in the green there. And then a final hard effort. It looks like just over 14 kilometers an hour. And then a recovery warm down at the end. So that's what we're going to do today. So let's get right into it. I've just got a couple of things I need to do first. Bear with me. So let's click. So we're going to do that one. We're going to do the up and down hard 3. So click workout. There's me. So I'll get rid of this mouse and keyboard. One thing I do need to do, just get some camera angles going for you. Hopefully that'll look a little better. Okay, so that's that. Let's just start moving. So make sure I am going to move. Yes, we're moving. So I am going to watch Facebook chat and I am going to flick over to Mixer chat as well. And one more thing I need to do just before we get going is press that button there. Hello everybody. Don't worry, the camera angles do change, so you haven't got my ugly mug all the time. You will mostly be seeing the Zwift screen. Okay, let's get going with this thing. So we need to go at 11.3 kilometers an hour for a warm-up. So let's do that. So my treadmill, 11.4 now. My treadmill is linked directly to Zwift. Hope it doesn't rattle too much. So normally for Zwift you would use a foot pod, and it's a little pod that's attached to this shoe on your foot, and that broadcasts a signal which goes to Zwift and determines your speed, your pace in the game. But this treadmill is a bit of a fancy treadmill, and it can broadcast Bluetooth signal directly, so I don't need a foot pod. So every time you see me just flick this switch here, I can go up or down and you can see it change on the screen where it tells you my speed. So it says 11.4 at the moment. If I just go like that, up, 11.5, down, 11.4. So it's exact. So we need to go up to 11.6. But that screen's no good, is it? Heart rate and info pane. That's not doing anything, that. Because I'm in a workout as opposed to a normal run. In a normal run, the screen is slightly different. But let's not worry about that now. So let me just change back from Mixer to Facebook. Thanks, Ollie. Ollie says have a good workout. Okay, so the idea of these Friday night training sessions is to give you an idea of what a Zwift workout looks like. How you do one, how you load one up, and how you carry it out. So I hope you all saw the beginning there, where I selected the workout. To get to the workout menu, you press E on your keyboard. Thanks Eric for the ride on. And when you press E on the keyboard, that will bring up the workout menu. And you simply choose the workout you want to do and click workout. And it presents you with this screen here. And on the left is all the information that you need about the workout. So there's a white arrow on the left hand side pointing to the section of the workout that we're currently in. And the idea is to keep as far as possible to the set speed that the workout gives you. And if you do that, you see at the bottom of that little section there, it's got 0 out of 7 stars. So for each section that you get right, that you manage correctly, you will get a star. And the last time I did this, I got 6 out of 7 stars, I think. Can't remember what I messed up, but I messed something up. So you can see we're doing a 1 mile warm-up, 1600 metres warm-up, it's about a mile. And then we've got a mile at 12.8. And then 800 metres at a reduced recovery pace of 11.4 kilometres an hour. Sarah Brandis says she's got a job interview on Tuesday, and if she gets the job, she's going to treat herself to a foot pod. Good for you, Sarah. It'd be great to have you on board. So let's see if I can get through this workout without messing something up. Oh yes, I've also got something exciting to tell you. Well, it's exciting for me. If any of you watch these streams regularly, you'll know that this fancy, expensive treadmill that I've got has a little firmware problem, or a little problem, in that every so often it just cuts out. And you have to wait 5 or 6 seconds and it starts up again. Now that's not really the best thing for a treadmill to do. So I'm falling a bit behind. There we go. One thing to remember is to pay attention to the instructions. So, along with a few other people who've been doing some testing, I have now taken a little piece of cardboard and I have shoved it, or I had. It's fallen out. Oh no, it hasn't. Yes, it has. Hang on. It's fallen out. I shoved a little bit of cardboard in the safety catch. You know, on all treadmills there's a safety catch. And if the safety catch comes off, the treadmill stops. And the theory is that this safety catch, the magnet, isn't very strong. So what we're thinking is occasionally that magnet just disconnects momentarily, like for the merest second or two, and that's what stops the treadmill. So I had shoved a bit of cardboard in the gap to try and tighten the gap so it didn't fall out. But of course I've just checked and the cardboard has fallen out. So if the treadmill does die on me momentarily, we'll know. Okay, so you can see the grey line in the middle of the screen is gradually edging across. 250, 240 metres to go before we actually do drop down a little bit from 13 kilometres an hour in this warm-up to a steady 1600 metres at 12.8 kilometres an hour. whole run is around about 8.5 kilometres, just a bit over 8.5 kilometres. Thanks for the thumbs up, Walter. I must keep remembering to pop over to Mixer because we're broadcasting on Mixer. Hello Eric, how are you? Hope you're good. Eric is the CEO of Zwift. Okay, so down now to 12.8. And we're now going to stay here at this pace for a mile. 1,600 metres. Four times round a running track. Okay, Darren's got an English language question. Why do so many people say kilometres instead of kilometres? I do not know. Do you know what I was about to say? I do not know and I do not care. I do care. I've got an English language degree, so I should care. But if you can give me a good reason, Darren, why I should say kilometres rather than kilometres, then I'll change my ways just for you. I don't know. People have all sorts of problems with language, don't they? Schedule and schedule. Okay. Okay, so we've just done about, not quite 400 metres at 12.8. So the idea here is just to keep yourself steady, watch your heart rate, watch your cadence, try and keep a nice longish stride length. Don't go too slow with your cadence, but don't go too fast. They often say 180 steps per minute is optimal, but don't listen too much to that. Just as long as you're consistent, I think is the main thing. And I'm at 151 heart rate at the moment, so that's probably in about zone 3. So halfway up the heart rate zones, and I'd expect to gradually increase my heart rate as the run goes on, especially as we're getting faster and faster. If you've never seen Zwift running before, welcome along. This is what it looks like. Zwift running is a game. It's a computer game. You earn points and prizes like you would in any other computer game. The difference being, you're actually really doing the game. You're really running. You're not just sitting on your sofa pretending to run. So you're getting fit as well. And like you see here, you can use it as a training tool. We also do group runs together. So on a Monday night and Wednesday night, I'm involved in Monday Run Club and Wednesday Workout, where lots of us all get together on our treadmills at home or at the gym, and we've got our iPads or computers, and we all join together in the virtual world and go for a run. So it's like having a second running club in the virtual world. Okay, so about 800 meters to go on this interval before we drop down for an 800 meter section of kind of slower recovery. Still maintaining some pace, not going too slow, so it's not like you're doing sprint intervals. These are more endurance intervals. You see the mountain over there in the distance? You can actually run to the top of that mountain It's a 1,000-meter climb all the way up. You fancy that? Although at the moment you're okay because your treadmill will not automatically incline, so you can get away with just running flat up the hill. The cyclists don't have that choice, they have to climb. Right, I'm just going to click over to Mixer, see if anyone's over there. Somebody says, holy crap, how are you talking at that pace? Well, because I do it an awful lot, so I have to try. But yes, sometimes it does get very tiring, and sometimes you'll see me just shut up for a bit because I can't carry on talking because I'm too tired. You lot are hilarious on Mixer. I'm not repeating what some people are saying. So rude. Okay, so we have 360 meters left at this pace. And then we drop down to 11.4 kilometers an hour. This island that you're watching, this virtual world, is called Watopia. It's a completely fictional island, but that means that the program writers can create more interesting worlds than you would find in the real world. So you can go underwater in glass tunnels, you can run right through the middle of a volcano, run through Mayan jungles with ruins. Yeah. Somebody says it looks sweaty. It is sweaty, but that's what working out is all about. Doing a bit of hard work, get your heart rate up, and sweat the fat off you. Burn that fat away. Although runners often find that actually, when you're racing, you tend to gain weight because you're eating so many carbs. Okay, so we're coming up to interval time. 800 meters at a slightly slower pace, just to let the heart rate come down a bit, ready for the next interval. And you can see at the bottom of the screen, not at the bottom, on the left, at the bottom of the workout section, I've now got 2 stars out of my 7. So, here we go, 800 meters at this pace, 11.4 kilometers an hour. Yeah, never lost weight training for a marathon, quite right. Always put it on, don't you? You always think you're going to lose weight and then you weigh yourself the day before. You're stone heavier, kilogram heavier. Okay, just flick back to Facebook. At the moment, I haven't set up the ability to see both Facebook and Mixer chat at the same time. I know. I'm some kind of weird technophobe. I will get that sorted eventually. So we're just relaxing now. This should be a fairly relaxed pace. If you're going to do one of these workouts, don't worry that it's going to be the same pace that I'm doing. Well, it might be faster. I mean, you might be a faster runner. So Zwift will set your pace automatically from previous runs that you've done. Or you can go into settings yourself and change the settings to whatever you want. So Zwift will ask you, what is your 5k pace? What is your 5k time? What is your 10k time? What is your time for a marathon? And you can input all those details. And then Zwift will work out what pace to set you for these workouts. So coming up, we have 1600 metres, virtually a mile, at 13.5 kilometres an hour. So gradually increasing the pace of the intervals. But they're long intervals, so they're designed to build your stamina, your endurance, rather than sprint intervals, which are designed to build your speed. I mean, they will all build your stamina and endurance, and they will all build your speed, but they're just slightly more targeted. Okay, so Darren is talking about this language thing again, kilobytes, kilohertz. Yeah, I would say kilohertz, and I would say kilobytes, kilobytes, kilometers, meters, Darren, I'm so confused, I have no idea. I think I just say what comes comfortably, but I honestly don't know why I say kilometers. Kilometers sounds more natural. Something to do with the consonant in meters. Kilometers, kilometers. Kilometers seems to run better into that meters word. Don't ask me. Okay, so 60 metres, 50 metres, and we're going up to 13.5 kilometres an hour for a mile. There's the banner. That signifies the start of the next interval. So here we go. Need to start bumping it up. Okay, so this pace for a mile. Let's go. So when it starts to get a bit hard, it starts to get a bit difficult, just going to keep your form. Keep your form moving forward, keep your body in a straight line, keep your head up, get oxygen into your lungs, relax, so drop your shoulders, move your arms forward, try and avoid that crossing. I mean, I do that all the time, but you just got to try and keep moving forward. Make sure that the energy you're using is targeted at your legs, so you're not wasting energy in other places. Get a rhythm to your breathing. That's 5 kilometers down in this session in 26.5 minutes. It's difficult, like when you're talking like I am. My heart rate goes all over the place when I'm talking. Well, obviously you won't be talking. So just get a rhythm to your breathing. Get settled into your pace. Keep your cadence as regular as possible. On a treadmill, your cadence, your stride length will probably be a bit longer than it would be outside. So your cadence might be a bit slower. But often, they say about 180 steps per minute is optimal. It's up to you. And just try and relax. And the great thing about Zwift is you can enjoy the views. You can see I've got a little television screen in front of my avatar, and that lets everyone else know that I'm in a workout. So any other runners are not necessarily going to try and start racing me, or because they know that I'm working out. Dave Clarkson's just joined me behind. So that's 600 meters done. 1 kilometer left. Thanks Ryan for the ride on. 1 kilometer left at this pace. And then we drop down again for another kind of recovery, 800 meters at 12.1 kilometers an hour. Head up and breathe and relax. Treadmill running does take a bit of practice. It does sometimes feel a bit weird when you first start on the treadmill. Certainly different to outdoors. And some people say it's harder. Some people say it's easier. It really, you just have to try it and see what you think. For me, I think it's always a bit harder. This treadmill particularly though makes it easier. I've been on some treadmills where this pace outside would be relatively comfortable for me, but inside it'd be absolute nightmare. So I'm just going to nip over to Mixer again and say hi to them. Yeah, somebody's saying they don't like when we split between Twitch, Mixer, Facebook. I think it's just the nature of the game, really. Trying to broadcast to a lot of people to get the message out about Zwift. Trying to cover all bases, but I know what you're saying. Oh, it's Darren again. Yes, I ran the London Marathon a couple of weeks ago. Hard work in the hot weather. I was aiming for 3:10, 3 hours 10 minutes, and I died a total death in the last 6 miles. Came in at 3:24 in the end. Got another marathon on Sunday. On Sunday I'm running something called the Three Forks Challenge, which is about 27 miles over the hills of the Sussex countryside here in the UK. And then we fly out next week to the Spanish Canary Islands, where I'm doing a 74 kilometre run around a volcano there, which I've done the last 2 years. It's called the Transvolcania Ultra. It's absolutely amazing. Recommend, if anybody loves long distance running and trail running, the Transvolcania Ultra is certainly up there amongst the best of them in the world, and frequented by some of the top ultra runners as well. Yeah, Robot says London was brutal in the heat. Yeah, I mean, I think 10 to 15 minutes off your pace is what most people experience. Maybe 20 minutes to half an hour if you really suffered. Okay, so we're nearly at the end of this section. 100 meters to go. Thank you, Wes, for the ride on. And we drop down to 12.1 kilometers an hour for 800 meters, and then we're into the final 1 mile interval section. Here we are, right by the waterfall. So 12.1 kilometers an hour now for 2 laps of a track. How long have I been running, somebody asks? Ooh, well, running all my life. School and along the local roads where I lived for many years, but never seriously. And then my first race that I took part in was when I turned, well, just before I was 40, 2010. I did six miles, and my wife thought that was an unbelievably long way for somebody to run. Thanks for the ride on down. And I've now I did my first marathon in 2012, first half marathon 2011. I've done about 83 marathons stroke ultras now. So I'm working my way towards 100 marathons, getting there slowly. By next week I'll have added 2 more. Done a few 100-milers as well. Pure Fat Boy says, do I have water? Well, not for this run, no. So this run is only about 8.5 kilometres, which is what, 5 miles. I wouldn't normally take water for that. If I can, I try and go sometimes quite a long way without anything. It's too easy, I think, to get stomach problems, and drinking stuff, especially sports drinks, Powerade, Lucasade, all those kind of things, sugary drinks, often play havoc with my stomach. So I tend to try and use fat for fuel rather than sugar. So you kind of have to teach your body to do that. So the more you run without any food, and it's all right to finish a run a little bit dehydrated as long as you rehydrate afterwards. The more you run without food, the easier it becomes, really. Your body learns to burn its own fat sources rather than sugary stuff that you're putting in your stomach. It's not for everyone. I know loads of people who, you know, they'll take a gel every 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and they have no problems at all. But I can't do that. Okay, so we are 140 meters away from the next interval. So this is where it's going to hurt, if it hurts at all, because we're going to be going 14.2 kilometers an hour for 1 mile. So it's not an insubstantial pace. It's not a sprint, it's not breakneck speed, but it's fast enough that after 1 mile, I'm going to be tired. Oh, there's a good shot of the volcano you can see there. So, forgive me if I don't talk quite as much in this little interval bit. Let's get it over and done with. Here we go. Hi to you, Rebel. Okay, I'm going back to Facebook. Rodolfo's asking what my Zwift setup is. So it's fairly simple. I've got a heart rate monitor that connects to Zwift via Ant Plus. I'm using a computer, a PC. I've got a 37-inch LCD screen in front of me with Zwift in full screen. I have a USB dongle plugged into my computer. That USB dongle is reading the heart rate from my heart rate monitor. Normally, you would have a foot pod, and the foot pod would broadcast the speed of your leg movement to Zwift. But I have a treadmill which can broadcast in Bluetooth. So this is the slightly odd bit. Even though my PC is Bluetooth compatible, the treadmill has to go via my phone to the PC. Don't ask me why. It just does. So my treadmill broadcasts Bluetooth to my phone. My phone broadcasts that signal to my PC. And that's how the speed is being judged in Zwift. So on my treadmill it says 14.2 kilometers an hour, and it's exactly the same on Zwift. If I knock it up one, it goes up one. If I knock it down one, it goes down one. Simple as that. And that's it. And then on my right hand side I've got my laptop, and all that's doing is monitoring my broadcast stream and chat. Tim says, have I thought about getting a fan? Yes, I have. Haven't got around to it. I will eventually. Okay, so you can see my heart rate is creeping up. 168, 169. Steps per minute is higher as well, because my legs are tired. So my stride length isn't as great. So my cadence has got faster. So, if we just relax, head up, shoulders back and down, move forward, stop talking rubbish, and just breathe. There's the volcano. Try and lengthen the stride a bit. There we are, 180, 176. .40 of running, nearly 8 kilometers done, 1.5 kilometers to go. Just over. And see, lengthening my stride and not talking brought my heart rate down. You see that? It's probably mainly the not talking. .600 meters to go. We're doing all right. Again, if you've never seen Zwift before, look on the right hand side at all the other people using Zwift at the moment. All real people, mostly cyclists, but you can see their country flags. Germany, Scotland, Canada, Switzerland, Portugal, all in those countries, all in real time, doing their workouts, their training sessions, their races on Zwift. Oh, don't crash on me, don't crash on me. Oh no. Okay, I have a feeling Zwift has crashed. Sometimes it comes back. No. Oh, that's a shame. That is a shame. Oh, I'm really sorry, guys. Sometimes there's nothing you can do about that. Oh no. The thing is, I can't get it back. I can't get it back. I mean, what will have happened is that the run that I've done is being saved all the time to a file on my computer. So when I upload to Strava, most of the run that we've done now will be there. But I can't reload Zwift and get this run back and start from where I finished. it would simply start the workout from the beginning again. There's just nothing I can do about that, which is a real shame, because I wanted to get to the end and show you what happens and all sorts. That very rarely happens, and it might be something to do with my computer. So I apologise for that. There's just nothing I can do about it. Craig is asking, what is a ride-on? Oh, what is a ride-on for runners? Do you know what? We haven't worked that out yet. We're thinking of just keeping ride-on because it's kind of traditional in Zwift. Zwift started as a cycling program about 4 years ago, and it's kind of, ride-on is kind of the thing that everybody says to everyone. I don't think runners have a thing that they say to everyone. So we're going to have to say that is the end of that session, because there is no way I can get that back. But you can see, look, you know what, in some ways it doesn't matter, because I've run what, just over 8 kilometers, 8.4 kilometers. So that's a decent 5-mile workout, and I'm sweating. So you know, Zwift has done its job for me tonight. I've had a workout. I've done virtually what I wanted to do, and you've had a good look at Zwift. It is just a shame that, I mean, computer programs crash, don't they? It very rarely crashes. It's a bit odd actually that's crashed. Not to worry. Not a lot we can do about it now. Thanks everyone on Mixer for chipping in. There's been some nice comments there, some good comments, some good questions. And do try and join us if you can. I'll be broadcasting again on Monday night before I fly off to Spain. So Monday night, Monday Run Club, 7:30 UK time. We'll be live on Mixer. We'll be live on Facebook on the Zwift Run page. So please come and join us for that. And then I won't be around, but on Wednesday there is Wednesday workout. And on Saturday, there is Saturday Run in the Park with John Hancock on Saturday morning at 9. Come and join us for that. I will be back, a week today, a week on Friday, because yes, or maybe Wednesday workout, a week on Wednesday I'll be back. Hopefully Wednesday workout I'll be running. So a week on Wednesday I'll be back after my run in La Palma on the Canary Islands. Guys, I'm sorry about the crash. Just the way things are sometimes. But thanks very much for joining me. And take care. Wish me luck in La Palma. Look out for me. And I'll see you in a few days' time. Take care. Bye-bye.